Let me complete.
They have taken sides.
No,
You're
I'm not
repeating
repeating
yourself.
because I was stopped. Yes, now the issue is in democracy, every individual has a right to have a view and to point during investigation that maybe the truth is hidden in this particular cupboard. Maybe. And secondly, Ornab, there is something called as a Pavlov reflex.
But
as
no
far as
effort
Umavati's
has been
tweet
made
is
to collect
concerned,
that
I'm
truth.
answering this.
Why his
There is
statement
something
has
called
not
as
been
Pavlov's
taken? Why is
reflex.
Asaram
And according to
hiding it?
Pavlov's
He is
reflex,
running
the
it.
Congress
You have
has
to see
always
this.
set
And
up
summons
precedents
are
of
not issued.
vendetta.
They are only
And
for
that's the
witness.
reason as to
The
why some
Rajasthan
people
police has
believe
made a
that
mockery of the law of this man, of the CRPC. He is an accused as on today. He is an accused and accused should have been arrested by now.
Not at all. We have utmost respect for women. We have utmost respect for the sanctity and modesty of a woman. Please, Ms. Joshi, give me a second. As you yourself are telling about Sushma ji and Smriti Irani, we are the party who have promoted women to the topmost position in this nation. So you cannot say that today we do not understand the plight of that lady.
Everybody is equal in the eyes of law.
Yes. Who is saying that everyone is not equal before law? But Ms. Joshi, let me directly come and take on Congress. Ms. Joshi, let me come and take on Congress directly. Right now, before some time, you were pointing out towards Shankaracharyas and other seers and saints, and you were saying that we are trying to gather vote. I asked from Ms. Rita Bahuguna Joshi today in the Newshour, whose vote was the Congress trying to gather when Digvijay Singh was speaking of Osama ji and the rights of Osama ji? Was Congress trying to gather some votes? If the Congress was trying to gather some votes for Osama ji, then Congress should explain.
Some other time.
You see, I find this a standard tactic.
Why other time? You are accusing BJP of gathering votes.
Can I get you back? Can I watch? Not everyone.
Calm down. Vote. Why are you trying to gather?
You see, I'll tell. No, 1 second. 1 second. You see, I'll ask you one.
If he's so innocent, why is he hiding in BJP?
I'll ask.
Why are you keeping him in Indore?
Why is the Jodhpur Commissioner Police not doing anything? Why is the CM of Rajasthan, Mr. Gahlot,
Mr. Patra, 1 second. No,
it's very unfair.
Miss Joshi, 1 minute.
Says the law. If he's innocent, law cannot.
Miss Joshi,
why is he running away from law?
I am asking.
He's also not threatening.
I am asking.
You run the government in the center.
Sambit, will you calm down, please, for a minute? Sambit, calm down, please. I'm requesting you nicely. I'm requesting you now. I'm requesting you, Sambit Patra. I'm requesting you, Rita Bahuguna Joshi.
A very bad
You see, in now it may be coincidence. Your party and Asaram Bapu go back a long way. You see, Sambit Patra, your party and Asaram Bapu go back a long way. In 2004, your party leaders shared the stage in various protests. Advani himself said he was overwhelmed when Asaram Bapu called him. When there was a protest, he called him the previous night and said, I will support the BJP Dharna. Several of your top leaders, your most popular names and faces have shared the stage with Asaram at different occasions, especially when speaking about issues such as the conversion of tribals. So please understand that there is a background to this. Now I'm asking, whatever your background, however close you are, okay, on what grounds do you give Asaram a clean chit? This man faces cases in so many cases. There have been cases in which children have been killed. There have been cases of various other attacks which have happened in the ashram, and this is a case of rape. And there's an FIR in this case, and for God's sake, the moment your party leaders go ahead and begin to take a position for Asaram, then obviously the law will not take its own course. He is in Madhya Pradesh. And the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister has already decided that the girl is not a rape victim. The Madhya Pradesh Industry Minister has already decided the girl is not a rape victim. So we are not doing a trial, Sambit Patra. They are. The people who've given him a clean chit are.
Now can I answer?
They need to keep their responsibilities intact as well. And believe me, Mr. Patra, beyond politics, beyond your parties, beyond your associations, this channel also remembers that we had seriously criticized several people, including Rita Bahuguna Joshi once at a time when she had made certain comments about Mayawati, and she will remember we were unsparing about her. Miss Joshi will remember, Miss Joshi, that we were unsparing in our attack on you, and I'm saying this on television. We said that what you said about Mayawati was wrong, but equally, if I ask the Congress that question, I ask the BJP, what is giving you the right to be presumptuous in a case such as this? Young women today, you tell me, Sambit Patra, today a young girl asks you, a 15, 16, 17-year-old girl, you go out on the streets of Delhi, you go out anywhere, they ask you, how did you take a decision? How did you decide, Mr. Patra, that the girl was not a rape victim?
Or no, can I come in now?
Just because the person accused is a powerful person?
Give me a second.
It's unfortunate.
Before Mr. Patra speaks, I just
give me a second.
Okay, I'll come to you. Ranjana, after Ranjana.
Let me, please, Ranjana, just a second.
After Ranjana Kumari, please. After Ranjana Kumari, please. After Ranjana Kumari, please. After Ranjana Kumari. Ranjana Kumari wants to say something later.
Yes. The women are going to be answering, Mr. Patra. Who, in a democracy, you have a right to hold an opinion.
Can I answer? If you all ask questions and I'm not allowed to answer, then who am I going to answer?
Clean check to a rape accused. Do you have in a democracy a right to give clean check to accuse of sexual assault? Can you do that in a democracy? If you have a law which has really been just recently, the law has been amended to say that every form of sexual assault, it need not be just penetrative sexual assault, it can be aggravated sexual assault, and that's what precisely the girl is saying. And one of your ministers is saying this is not rape. Doesn't he know the definition has completely changed? First of all, you all have to understand what is the law of the land. You cannot do that. And if one of your leaders is trying to defend the rape accused, then you are accomplice with the crime. You cannot do that. There is absolutely no democratic right. You have to talk like that.
And this is what Asaram Bapu says for our viewers. I want to say this. No, for our viewers, 1 minute before you come in, for the viewers. For our viewers tonight, Sambit, just be quiet for a minute. I want to tell the viewers exactly what's going on in this case. For the viewers tonight, this man Asaram, this God man, fraud man, whatever he is, Asaram, he has said, talking about the people who are questioning how he could assault a 15-year-old girl, he has said, allegations against me, especially in the months of July and August, and this is the period when monsoon frogs come out in the open. When he was asked who he was pointing at with the metaphor of monsoon frogs, he said, you get trained yourself and you will get to know the answer. Today, Sambit Patra, consider this, that any victim of rape is supported by any individual in this country. Asaram is essentially saying that all those who are supporting and fighting for rape victims in this country are monsoon frogs. And you should be extremely careful before you start quietly parroting Asaram's line in the hope that a few or a clutch of his blind supporters will give you support. This is an insult to all civilized men and women in this country. At a point of time, allow me to complete, Mr. Sambit Patra, because the truth is bitter, but you will have to hear it. The truth is bitter, but you have to hear it. In fact, when the truth is more bitter, you must bite into it.
I have heard the truth.
You have not heard it. You listen to the question. Listen to the question. 1 minute. You're repeating yourself. The question is simply this, Mr. Sambit Patra, that you cannot call all those who are fighting for rape victims monsoon frogs. They are not. And secondly, you and Asaram Bapu are parroting exactly the same line. Why? Why? And for how long? That's essentially, you're completely on the back foot on this one,
Mr. The opportunity to say, you would say that I'm parroting the sentences of Asaramji, which I'm not doing. First, let me begin by answering Ranjanaji, she said that we were issuing clean chits. But let me remind Ranjanaji that the factory to clean chits lies with the Congress.
So I'll ask you.
The manufacturer of clean chits and wholesale.
So I'll ask you.
We are not the clean chits.
So I'll ask you, Mr. Sambit Patra. I'll ask you, Mr. Patra.
The most important point.
No, I have
talking about political patronage. Today's topic is on political patronage. Let me tell you, this may be a case of patronage of faith. This is not a case of political patronage. As far as political patronage extension is concerned, Rita ji would be able to say that her party fact, he had extended political patronage to Dhirendra Brahmachari and Chandra Swami. Can she answer today? They were the shadow cabinet members. In fact, Dhirendra Brahmachari ran the government during the emergency period, and Chandra Swami and the Prime Minister of India then, Narasimha Rao's nexus was quite well known. So I believe she should answer these questions before we are appointed to words.
Let the law take its course. Don't
okay, now I have just Mr. Patra.
Who is saying law should not take the course?
The last question. The last question on the news article. Well, I don't know. One sec.
The police will investigate.
Well, I don't know. One sec. I think Sambit Patra, 1 minute. You know, and don't interrupt me now, please. You see, Sambit Patra. Law will take its own course, a terrible cliche and an absolute lie when the second most powerful politician in that state, Kailash Vijayvargiya, has already said that the girl is a liar. If the second most powerful politician in the state has already said that the girl has not been raped, what law are you talking about, Mr. Patra? What law are you talking about? And one last question to you, Mr. Patra, just consider this. If someone you knew, if someone you cared for, if someone close to you, right? Or someone who you had known in the past. If someone like that were to be held hostage by this self-styled godman, fraudman, whatever he is, Asaram, and locked up, parents held outside, begs this man, leave me. This man has armed guards outside, locks the door, forces himself on the girl, strips himself and forces himself on the girl. 70+ man forces himself on a 15-year-old girl. Would you respond in the same way if the victim was someone close to you? Known to you? If the victim was known to you, how would you have felt, Mr. Patra? How would you have felt?
Can I come in now? Arnab, I believe Nirbhaya was not known to us, but still we fought for her because she was known to us as an Indian, and the victim we are talking of today may not be known to me directly, but yes, she is my sister, she is a fellow Indian, and we all have our responsibility towards her, as we have every responsibility towards an individual who may be framed. So let the politicians, let the panelists not behave as if we are technical experts. Let the technical experts in the field of investigations do their own job.
One sec. What is Uma Bharti, technical expert? No, what is Uma Bharti? She's a technical expert. 1 second. Uma Bharti is a technical expert.
Yes, can I come in now?
Uma Bharti is a technical expert. Answer this tonight. Answer this tonight. Uma Bharti is a technical expert.
Arnab, I got your question.
Is Kailash Vijayvargiya a technical expert?
Can I answer it now?
Is Prabhat Jha a technical expert? What technical expertise are you talking about?
Uma Bharti tweeted this whole thing in a Twitter platform, which is a personal platform. And secondly, and very importantly, as I said, she is a sadhvi also.
Jeez, what are you talking about? You know, Sambit, one sec. You know, Sambit, let's be real. Let's be real. Let us be.
One of our party members
speaking a lot does not make it right.
This is a created any ruckus, has only pointed out towards investigative agencies. But even this may be a possibility.
Sambit, please calm down. Please stop it now.
That is all.
You see, Sambit, I asked you a question. I asked you a question. You did not answer the question. That's all right. But don't fool yourself. Don't fool yourself that when Uma Bharti and Kailash Vijayvargiya say what they do, they put an immense amount of pressure on the family, and I think they would also add more trauma to the victims. They should be very careful, and they are also not technical experts. Thank you very much for joining me on the Newshour Debate 1 tonight. Thank you.